Your boy is back. What's up? If you want the real, you come over here. So go ahead and hit that like button. Share this video because I think we're really about to get real with this video, right? And the title is Can Colorado Peso Coach Prime can get his from Yen's guys? You see the play on the word peso yen? Yeah, I mean, do I got to explain that? Probably to some people, but yen is Chinese for dollars and peso is okay. We got it. All right. So can he get his money, right? Pretty much. Coach Prime signed for $5.5 million to Colorado in fully guaranteed money. We know he has different revenue streams. What I have learned throughout the internet and doing my research and seeing a couple of different videos, and I really don't like to watch a lot of other people because it kind of skews what your takes and the things you might say, right? Even though I don't believe that it's impossible for somebody not to say what I'm saying or thinking the way that I think, because there is people out there that thinks the way I think that does content, right? Sports content and vice versa, right? We all say the same things, maybe in a different way, right? Um, however, there's a different, a bunch of videos that's out there and why Coach Prime ain't being paid. So we got to go all the way back, right? I want to take this back before I get into. And then in this video, we're going to learn and we're definitely going to talk about Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders paying players at Colorado. We're going to talk about the Alamo Bowl and how they was running low on funds because Colorado's being so cheap, but the money and the revenue that's being made in Colorado since Coach Prime has been there has been through the roof. So we're going to talk about all that. And I'm going to talk about it in a different way than what other people are going to talk about it, because there's only one way that trucking know how to talk about things, and that's just keeping it real. That's just what it is. Um, I hope that, you know what I mean, because I'm on no board, or I'm not, you know what I mean, have a huge following from Colorado fans to the point where this video may hurt Coach Prime or the things that I may say. Business is business. Period, point blank, of what content creators is going to say out there. Business is business. And does Coach Prime need to get paid? I believe so. I believe so. And at this point, I think it's time for him to move on. I think it's time for Coach Prime to move on at this point. To be honest with y'all, I'm sorry for a lot of Colorado fans that might not agree with this, but I think it's time for him to move on. Absolutely. Whether that be via another college team, uh, everybody's going to use him, right? And he knows that. He knows that he's a big draw. He's going to get used and whatever else. There's no way that contract should have been typed up immediately. Immediately. That contract should have been typed up immediately. No doubt about it. Now they looking at all the other ways that he makes money. Like, he don't need more money from us. Yes, he does. But is Colorado actually broke? So we're going to talk about all that in this video. But we got to go way back. So go ahead and hit the like button, y'all. Get, you know what I'm saying? Get whatever you need to get, your notes. And I'm going to just talk. And I'm going to have a conversation with y'all. So if you want to go ahead and put your phone down and just listen to me audio wise, you know what I mean? Go ahead and do that, because I'm a rap. And I want y'all to give it to me in the comments. See, I want y'all to talk to me in the comments. So make sure y'all in the comments in this video, because I want to see what y'all got to say. It's hard for me to go live when I'm on the truck or working, and that's probably what I'm doing. I make these videos on a Saturday and I drop them throughout the week, right? Unless you're a member, then you get all the videos at one time. If you're a member, you get full access to the videos. It's a couple bucks to be a member. If not, then you could just wait till 12 o'clock on that day, then you'll watch to see the video. Cool, right? All right, but so the thing is, you go way back. We got to go back to Jackson State University, right? And the reason why I said we got to go back to Jackson State University is because this is where it started for Coach Prime, right? This is stuff that we've seen before. Jackson, he goes to Jackson State University. The revenue around Jackson, Mississippi jumps up. Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the United States, throughout the whole United States, right? Jackson made so much money. The small businesses in the community made a lot of money. The barbecue joint, the players ate at there every night. They were eating out. People coming in for the games. The games were sold out. The games was so packed that there was 1,000 people getting in a game for free, 500, couple hundred people getting into these games for free because they couldn't keep up with security around there. It was packed. All their home games was packed out, sold out. Um Jackson State has one of the biggest HBCU stadiums there is in the SWAC, right? Like, let's just keep it a buck. So selling out that stadium is no small feat. Mind you, the revenue he brought around there, it was about $18.2 million in revenue he brought around to the small businesses in the area. And that's where you got to think at, right? Now, out of his own pocket, and how to use his own resources, using his resources that he had a practice facility built, a field and a conference room and a locker room built for Jackson State University, right? This is what he did since he was there. A lot of this came from the connections he had, the things he did out there. Jackson State really didn't do that. They didn't want to drop a bag on him for whatever reason, not thinking ahead and not wanting to lock him down in the HBCU community. They didn't want to drop a bag on him. The notoriety of HBCUs was out there at that point in time. Do I think that Shador and Travis would have been drafted from HBCU? Absolutely. I do think that that may have happened. Would it have been harder? Probably, but the spotlight right now, from the time he got there until the time that they graduated on HBCUs, we possibly could be seeing the SWAC move up to a higher division right now, or maybe even the SWAC, be in the G5 conference right now. You know what I'm saying? With all the notoriety that he was bringing year after year, now they probably would have never got a lot of the offensive defensive line of players. I know this, but at some point they gotta move up in order to me. And that's just me. You gotta move up, get your butt kicked for a couple of years to get the players that you desire in there. There's no way you're ever going to get the offensive and defensive linemen if you don't move up and jump up. But anyway, million, it was 17, somewhere between 16 to 18 million dollars, in revenue, small revenue around there. Now, that's not talking about his documentaries and what they made and what Bucky made off YouTube and what the endorsements. That's their money. That has nothing to do with the University of Navarre, right? So let's fast forward, right? So he leaves Jackson State University. It was rumored to have been there was some kind of dispute between the football team, the football team not receiving the money from the ticket sales, and where was this money at? And this happens at HBCUs all the time. This just ain't Jackson State University. This is why HBCUs cannot get the money from donors to upgrade their facilities and to move up into higher conferences, right? It's a shame, you know what I'm saying, that HBCU sports are so low, but it's just a fact that money goes missing all the time from different HBCUs. They're not putting the money to their campuses, into the facilities, to the food, to whatever it needs to be to make it comfortable for students who choose to go to HBCUs, And so we move forward. He goes to Colorado. Um, it's an immediate impact. It takes college football by storm. Even in the first year of them being 4-8, they were 1-11 before when he got there. He rebuilds the team. He comes in, has an immediate impact of the whole community. The whole community right now in Colorado, the small businesses is gaining money. The local pizzeria, the local steakhouse, the memorabilia shops, the mom and pop Colorado store that sold Colorado merch started selling so much more merchandise. The campus is popping. The The enrollment went up through the roof through Colorado. The students that wanted to go to Colorado, Colorado is desirable again, not only to the local kids, but the kids that's outside of the state. Um, Ticket sale, they're sold out. They sold out all football games. The If you couldn't buy a Coach Prime, if you couldn't buy a prime Colorado hoodie because they were sold out of them so fast, you just had to get Colorado something. So now you're buying that. Now, if the store, from what, now this is rumored, but I would love for a Colorado student to get in my comments and let me know, right? From what I was hearing, the campus store that sold Colorado stuff couldn't keep up enough. They couldn't print it fast enough. They couldn't print the stuff fast enough the way that was selling, right? So now the campus store is out of. How does a campus store go out of their memorabilia? Like, you don't think that had happened, but it happened in Colorado, right? Just didn't have it. Ticket sales gone. People selling their tickets for double the price. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So the people who had tickets can now sell their tickets for more money, and it's absolutely working. So now, like, that's creating jobs. You know what I mean? StubHub. Like, you got to think about stuff like that, right? When we're getting into this, right? Because that's exactly what it is. If you can knit a Colorado hoodie, it's going to sell. You know what I mean? If you can buy a ticket, or if you have season tickets, you can sell your tickets to each game accordingly. Okay. So if you know they're playing that team is very good, like for instance, any home game that Colorado has, everybody wants to be there because they know there's going to be some kind of celebrity on the sideline. So a lot of people want to be there, right? These guys aren't stingy neither. They're signing autographs. You get an autograph from Travis Hunter, possibly a picture with Shador Sanders, autograph, whatever. You meet your favorite Colorado player there. And the content alone that you would film front at Colorado, whether you were known or not known, was getting views. So everybody's making money off Colorado. Period. Point blank. Let's just call it what it is. The local guy, Brian Howe, never really heard about him. Now you're hearing about him all over. Had a little YouTube channel. It's blown up. Everything Colorado has blown up through the roof since he's been there. Not to mention, I think they went over 1 million followers or something like that in the first year. And then they made roughly between 18 to 20 million dollars in local revenue since he's been there. Right. So yeah, so now we're seeing, you see all of this stuff take place. And Rick George says, okay, now I want to extend him. I think it was like 5.5 fully guaranteed, something like that, right? But it's like, it's not enough no more. Like, I'll take that, but I'm gonna show you that we gotta redo this, because now you got the Dallas Cowboys looking at Coach Prime, and I think this is a little bit more than just talk. Yeah, I seen them. I seen Matt McChesney talk about, you know, Coach Prime had a conversation with him. He's trying to get the offensive line job up at Colorado, and Coach Prime told him he ain't leaving. Boo hoo, Matt McChesney. Hey, Matt, let me tell you something. If Coach Prime is going to leave, it ain't just going to be because he had a conversation with you that's going to make him stay, especially the fact that you know that, and he's an alumni with a business in the area that pretty much shops around offensive line and defensive line talent, big boys, not even just them. You train people, and you got, and as much Colorado shit that Matt McChesney talks, I was hurt to hear that Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders put more money into the university than you do. That's crazy. This is your alum. You love Colorado so much, but what? Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders was put more money into Colorado than somebody who has a business in the area and is an alum of the school. See, that's the problem with Colorado. Let's talk about. I'm gonna get into it. We're shocked to hear that, and as much you know what I mean. I was very shocked to hear that. You know, I really was. But we gonna get into that now. I really want to talk about, you know, why aren't they paying him, or why aren't they giving him this contract, and why he should go to Dallas. Well, I just talked about all the kind of all the revenue that he brought in, right? Now you heard from a lot of different, you know, people that the games, when you win games, your contract goes up. He's winning now. His brand largely goes off of winning. And if you're winning, then yeah, that's what people want. I don't care what you do, but you're winning. He's winning and viewership and wins and losses with the football team, recruiting wise to Colorado, because it's not an easy place to recruit. Colorado is not easy to recruit. If Coach Prime, let's just call it what it is. If Coach Prime's not in Colorado, Colorado's not getting a lot of the guys that go to Colorado. In which case is if Coach Prime leaves Colorado, those players aren't staying at Colorado unless, you know, at this point, I don't even know how they stay, right? Because unless they're really that attached to whoever they're there, or they're promised that they're gonna start their position, and it'd just be inevitable that Colorado would slowly start losing interest again, that they would not be national, that people would not be talking about them as much as they talk about them. Um, the content creation world would definitely change. Um, the people who have Colorado shows, let's just call it what it is, would just gradually fall off because the spark's not there anymore. Because a lot of the people that follow Colorado because of who? Deion Sanders, not because of Colorado. Let's just call it what it is, right? And excuse me, and Matt knows that. He knew that, right? But anyway, so I brought up Matt McChesney in 6-0, right? Because Deion Sanders Jr. was on his show with Bailey. Bailey Price. Bailey Price, he's a producer on the show. He also has his own channel. Shout out to Bailey, shout out to Matt, whatever. So Deion Sanders Jr. is on there and he's talking about, this is his words, not mine. Go check out the episode. It's not me. This is his words. Travis Hunter's such a good person. He's come out of pocket to help pay for players to play at Colorado. You say what? Oh yeah. Oh man. And then Matt goes, yeah, man. Oh yeah, bro. Good for him. Good for him. What you mean? He's the biggest donor. Now, I don't think Deion Sanders Jr. Bucky was throwing shade. He was just bigging up Travis Hunter. But to me, it's like, I'm like, damn, what? Like, so you, an alumni, got a YouTube show about Colorado, have a gym that trains offensive linemen. Offensive linemen are not cheap, by the way. They're not cheap. So if a school wants a offensive lineman that he has, they're going to pay. Drake Nugent, one of his players that he had at that 6-0 Academy, went to. He just don't get scrubs. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He knows what he's doing when he's training these guys. He trains these guys really well. Let's call it what it is. One of the best trainers in Colorado, Matt McChesney is. But how in the hell is Travis Hunter outbidding you? Now, I don't know if he gives money to the 5430 Foundation or if he's sponsoring any players or not, but how in the hell does he get more money than you? I don't know how that business works, but I know your training ain't cheap because you getting guys on NFL rosters. I don't care if you riding the bench out of NFL in the NFL, you're on an NFL roster. That, you know what I mean? Like, so that's not cheap to get to that level to be trained by those guys. I don't know how much you charge per head. but let's just say he charges 3,000 to 4,000 a month. And it's probably more like 1,000. It's probably, I don't know, 4,000 a month for one player. You got 50 players in there. And sound like you're doing pretty damn well to me. And then you got a YouTube channel and a Twitch and social media alone. Like I mean, I ain't kind. Look, and do what you big up to however you doing it. But to hear that a player is paying more than not just you, all the alum, and the local shops and revenue around. How in the hell that Colorado ain't got no money to be paying they so this is deeper can than Colorado paying Coach Prime. And I know it took me about 20 minutes to get up into this, but it's deeper. This is way deeper than Colorado paying Coach Prime. This is Colorado not having the money to pay Coach Prime. First of all, does he even have the support of the locals? Like we see it on the outside, like we see support because there's a lot of us in this content creation world and on the spaces on X or in social media that talk about Colorado, and Colorado's this big thing in the media, but is even the locals even supporting it? How in the hell does a football player that's getting NIL wind up paying his teammates more than anybody else? And why doesn't the 5430 Foundation have any money? And you know that every year that Coach Prime has been in Boulder, Colorado, the local economy has made north of $15 million. Now, I don't know the exact number, but north of $15 million. Now, what are they paying back in taxes or whatever? But we're talking about the university that's bringing in these millions of dollars to your economy. Now, every business in that area, let's not talk about if you're close to the campus of Colorado. If you have a business close to campus in Colorado, you're booming right now. So we could talk about that all day, every day. Your numbers have definitely went up without a doubt. If you got the closest hotel to the stadium, you're every time a home game comes and there's getting all these out of towners that come, the restaurants, everything prices probably go up that weekend. And I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. Like it's only fair. It's only fair. It's only fair because supply and demand. I got a hotel, my prices is going up another $150 a night per room. Like, so you mean to tell me you're not profiting off of that? So you mean to tell me that these businesses in the area of Colorado, the money that Colorado Springs, I hear about Colorado. Colorado got some money going on up there. People that live in Colorado ain't broke. You can't be in boring ass Colorado and be broke where they, got farms and they got those big ass ranches. Like when you think about Colorado, you think about the Yellowstone type of deal where people got, those bulls and and that's a lot of money, y'all. We ain't talking about people being broke. We talk about, the frozen tundra kind of money where they got the big country land and people got arsenals in their backyard and all that. Like we talk about big pine trees where they go down there and they jump on the slopes and they go skiing and snowmobiling and like it's nothing else around there. You cannot be broke living in Colorado. And then to hear that Colorado ain't got the money to pay Coach Prime, let alone to pay their players, and Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders is paying the most. Damn. Not a good look. Not a good look. And now you say, well, if they're paying, what's going on? What is going on around Colorado? What is going on around Colorado? Oh, is this? Oh, we hearing Coach Prime might be going to Dallas. They don't care. Is they drawing up a new contract? He got to move on. He got to go. He got Coach Prime. He's a man. As men, we gotta buckle up our chin strap and get back to work. We all know you watching right now You're worth more at your job, at your 9 to 5. And believe me, your raise will come. And until it does, buckle up your chin strap, go back to work, keep working hard. You're going to get your raise that you deserve. Raises will come this year. They will come. They will come this year. Believe that, y'all. Raises will come this year from your job. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Because not all owners of businesses are assholes. There's a lot of them, but not all of them are. And a lot of them understand how it is, and they will find a way to give you your raise. You will get your raise this year. Buckle up your chin strap, go back to work. And that's what Coach Prime is doing. Now, does he deserve, like once again, we go back to the question now, that does he deserve to be paid? Absolutely, 100% he deserves to be paid. You're not going to get another coach that brings that much in revenue, that much of a following. And believe it or not, he has a cult like following to the point where a Colorado knock knock, answer the door. Are you there right now, Colorado? Because if Coach Prime leaves Colorado, a lot of people's subscribers off their channel is going to leave their channels, is going to leave your social media because he has that kind of following. What don't y'all understand about that? You got to pay that man that money because ain't no other coach going to bring that much bravado, that much eyes, and this much attention to Colorado. And they're not going to sell out the stadium. Like, you're making a lot of money off of him. So it goes into asking the question of, okay, now does you keep playing the monkey for this university with this small change, or do you go to Dallas and make this big change for a couple of years and then retire? Because if it don't work out in Dallas, Coach Prime, Jerry Jones pays Coach Prime's buyout. Here, take out 10 million, right? So now they got 10 million that they possibly can make off this man. But Jerry Jones is going to say, no, y'all don't want to, they don't. Jerry Jones know what Coach Prime is, and everything that Coach Prime is goes to the Dallas Cowboys, right? Alone, Coach Prime is going to get the best professional guys in each offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator that he can find, and position coaches. He's getting the best of the best at the professional level. I could see him do it. I seen what he did at Colorado. Yes, I was critical of it, but I seen it. And do you think Robert Livingston taking over as Colorado's head coach is going to make Colorado likable? Hell no. He ain't selling no tickets like that. If anything, Robert Livingston's going with Coach Prime to the pros. You think he ain't gonna be one of the first people that's on there the way that he had that defense? Like, oh, he definitely going. Maybe not. I don't know, but I think he probably would take him. There's a slew of other guys that I think that should go. So yeah, do I think Coach Prime should go to the Cowboys? Absolutely. At this point, I think he absolutely should, because I think his business is business, right? And in business, some things can look disrespectful. And some things can feel disrespectful, but you got to learn how to put that to the side. Coach Prime knows how to do that a lot better than I do. But to me, I feel like this is slightly disrespectful to everything that he brought around. I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't claim to know everything, but what I do know is that there's a lot of money floating around Colorado because of one person, and that one person is the head football coach at your university, and you can't pay him. They can't pay him. And I think it's a bad situation. And I think that you're going to have Jordan Seaton paying a 5430 foundation because the cheap ass alumni that's there ain't putting forth their money. They not putting forth their businesses. Some of the damn sponsors in the stadium, Coach Prime also brought them there too. Do y'all like, I'm just not talking, y'all. Fact check me on everything that I'm saying. I want y'all to fact check me on everything that I'm saying. And then I want y'all to bring y'all ass back in the comments and then tell me, damn, Trucking, how did you know? Right? Because I'm here to, you know what I mean? Like this is ridiculous that he is not being paid. In Dallas, the $10 million buyout, that's small change to Jerry Jones, right? Bring Coach Prime in. I get him for 4 years. I'm gonna give him 4 years, right? But Jerry Jones might give him a little bit longer than that, to be honest. But he might not even start off with Shador Sanders in the beginning, and that may be good for him. Like, okay, I might have to coach against my son, or he might even be able to get Shador. You know, who knows? But why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he go to the NFL? Jerry Jones knows the money that how it could be made, and Jerry Jones know how to play it. He's always in there. Um, Jerry Jones wouldn't have to do what Jerry Jones does right now if Coach Prime is in Dallas. Like, and I look, I see what a lot of people like Jerry Jones talks. He goes on talk shows. He has a weekly press conference. Yes, he does those things. Yes, Jerry Jones does do that because Jerry Jones understands that he is Jerry Jones. He is part reason why some people like the Cowboys. Whether you love Jerry Jones or you hate Jerry Jones, you're tuning into the Cowboys or you're tuning into what he's saying about his team that he owns. He knows how this works, right? He's been doing it forever. He knows how this works. So, but with Coach Prime there, I don't think Jerry Jones even has to do that as much as anymore. You know what I'm saying? He gets to fall back, be an old man, and just watch the machine work itself at this point because you got Coach Prime there. Now the Dallas merchandise is blowing through the roof. You got sold out stadiums, sold out games. You got, and he's drawing in a lot of the younger guys that's coming from college football now going into the pros, the best of the best. He knows a lot of the best college talent that's out there. Um, I think that's an advantage of any college coach that moves up to the pros. Like you should know and you should be in that realm and in the loop with all the all Americans or the even the hidden uh guys that's out there, right? You should know a lot about that. But I think a lot of people want to play for Coach Prime even in the pros. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? He's a professional, he's cool. You might, you know what I'm saying? He and the guys that he brings in there, you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna work there, of course, but do you want to win or do you want to lose? And Dallas is a big brand, so yeah, I want to see him go there. I definitely want to see him go there, or even to any pro team, really, any pro team. So I don't think that this is rumors that he may be looking to go to the pros. No, I don't think it's rumors. Business is business. If they come along and they cut that check, because at this point, you look at the other coaches that's around, right? The highest paid college coaches, right? Um, Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this pulled up for us, and I want to search it with y'all, right? I just don't want to, you know what I mean. I want to make this seem as live as possible, right? Because I know I'm not live, but I want to make it seem as live as possible, right? So I'm gonna do it with y'all while y'all, tuned in. So we'll go highest paid college coaches. See, it's trending already because a lot of people are talking about this topic. Like it's crazy, man. Now, I guess the latest update. Okay, so December 12th, 2024. This was in November from Sports Illustrated. USA Today's was from October. 24/7 Sports looked like they had the latest one, and that was December 12th, 2024. So I'll go off 24/7 Sports, right? Because things change, right? You know what I mean? It may not change a lot, but we'll talk about it, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll read this headline, right? A new name cracked the highest paid head coaching list in college football on Wednesday when North Carolina hired future Pro Football Hall of Famer Bill Belichick as his new head coach. The Tar Heels are set to pay Belichick double what it shelled out to Mac Brown last year, putting Belichick amongst the likes of Georgia's Kirby Smart and Texas Steve Sarkisian in annual salary. 8 coaches are earning $10 million or more in 2025 compared to a decade ago when Alabama's Nick Saban led the nation with 7.1 million in 2014. The SEC leads all conferences with 5 coaches in the top 10, while UNC pushes for big time football, added a third ACC coach to its list, helping the conference pass the Big Ten for the second place and coaches. Okay, so I just really want to see what coaches is paid, the list. Okay, so this is the list. Okay, so Mark Stoops in Kentucky is making $9 million. Mark Stoops at Kentucky is making $9 million. Damn. Could you imagine Coach Prime at Kentucky? Like, look, I'm hard on him, but him at Kentucky, he's making $9 million. Mark Stoops is making his record at the program is 77-73 in the last 12 years. He's making $9 million, and he had what? Are we talking about? He was 1-7 in the SEC last year. Brian Kelly at LSU is making $9 million. He's 28-11 in the last 3 years. What? Kellen DeBoer at Alabama, $10 million, 9-3 in 1 year. But Kellen, he balls. Kellen DeBoer, he balls. Mike Norvell, 10 million at Florida State. We know they just won one game last year. Horrible season. He's 33-27 in 5 years. Bill Belichick, North Carolina, is making 10 million per year. He ain't even got a record. Okay, man, he's a Hall of Famer. Ryan Day at Ohio State, little over 10 million, 66-10 in 7 years. They're at the school. Lincoln Riley, USC, 10 million, 25-14 in 3 years. Steve Sarkisian at Texas, $10.6 million, 36-16 in 4 years at the program. Dabo Sweeney at Clemson, 11 million, almost 11.2. He's 180, 46 at 17 years at the program. Kirby Smart at Georgia, $13.2 million. He's 105-18 in 9 years at the program. Oh yeah. So where do I think Coach Prime lands? And this, to be honest, Dabo Sweeney. Now, like, look, and I explain this right. You're not really in this situation. You're not. I'm not. You off wins. Some of these coaches are paid off wins. He's winning. So now we total up his record at Colorado, not anywhere else, because as you can see, they don't count their career losses and wins. They can it's their whole tenure at that school. So it was 4-8 in the first season, and Colorado is now, what did they finish? Was it 9-5, 9-4? They finished off 9-4. Is that what it was? With the bowl game loss. You know what I mean? So they lost their bowl game. So yeah, so I'm checking that now for y'all. They were 9-4. Yeah, 9-4. The Buffaloes was. They 9-4. So we gotta go ahead and we gotta just put that down, like, for them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so that's crazy, because that's what you gotta do. So he's 13-12 there in the 2 years that he's been there. In the 2 years that he's been there. All right. So how do we get another 2-year coach, right? The 2 years that he's been there, he's 13-12, right? He has turned the program around tremendously in the 2 years that he's been there. It's a proven record. I like the 9-4 record better than I like the 4-8. Coming from 1-11 to 4-8, I guess you could say that's so win is a win. But when you jump from 3-9, 11-1, that's crazy. So right, that's crazy what Signetti did up at Indiana. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about what Coach Prime did at Colorado, 13-12, and all the revenue that and stuff that you bring that come with him. That's what you're paying for. That's what you're paying for. When you're getting a Coach Prime, you're paying him for that. And now at this point, right, of him building the team, the things that he has put in place already, it's good. It's good. But look, I explained everything, and I went into detail about things, but now it's time for y'all to let me know how y'all feel down in the comments on how do you feel about this situation, right? Do you think that Coach Prime with a 13-12 record is worth the top-notch pay in college football up there north for 10 million a year? If not, where do you think he should be paid? I think that he's absolutely worth that. Um, because of what you're going to make off of him. No doubt. No doubt he has to be one of the in the top 10. He should be in the top 10 of being paid for college football coaches. Most definitely. Most definitely. Mark Stoops at Kentucky, 77 and 73. I think that's damn near what maybe what Colorado could have in 7 years at the program or something like that. Hey, however many years Mark Stoops been there. I just had it up. But I think he's worth that. And you got to look at everything that comes with it. And I don't think that a lot of other coaches is doing that, right? A lot of other coaches ain't I don't think they bringing that revenue around with him. So that's everything that looks into that. Now I'm very critical of the man, but when the flowers is given, man, damn it, the flowers need to be given. That's all I'm saying. What y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments if you agree, if you disagree, and why. Why do you disagree? You know what I'm saying? Let's get this conversation started, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Y'all already know I'll be back with another video, man. Y'all hold up out of there, man.